incredible. So fellas, in conclusion of that little video, I don't know what happened towards the end there. For some reason we died out. There could have been a clog in the fuel, an air bubble. I doubt we burnt through all that oil. Irregardless of that, the testing that I saw showed this nozzle was far superior to this one. I could be wrong. That did have a beautiful flame at the end. It could have been a lot hotter. We don't know. I don't have the proper equipment to be making some of the statements you may hear. But just through visual observation, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Which one do you think would make a forge hotter? I'm inclined to believe that thing was screaming hot. A lot hotter, because that thing was breathing. It was breathing air through this back end. So there was a secondary ventura. Regardless of, or in addition to the ventura or the Bernoulli's ejector principle that we are working on up top here, that thing was breathing some air. I don't know if these ports that I put in did anything for us. It's hard to say. You would need a glass combustion chamber or a supercomputer that costs about $20,000 to run a simulation like that, so I don't know. But it appeared this nozzle was not as effective as this nozzle. However, during editing, I've noticed there's often discoveries made that were not viewed during the actual test, so we'll see. But at any rate, that was pretty freaking cool. And man, was that a lot of smoke. Definitely a cool way to make a smoke bomb. So at any rate, I'm digging that nozzle. I may build a more permanent construction and possibly try adding the swirler to this thing. I really need to get a high temperature thermocouple, and I may just do that just for the heck of it to see what flame is in fact hotter. I'm obviously not going to get the velocities I need for a blue flame, which was an objective of mine. To me, that would indicate the hottest and most efficient burn, because I don't know why, but this bad boy right here did exceptionally well. And look at that ring right there. Isn't that kind of cool? Ooh, we could observe the burn marks from those jets. Let's check it out. This thing's still screaming hot. Check that out. And look at the streamers. Notice the streamers are in the direction of airflow. See that? So this bad boy was breathing some air. Whether or not that was, you know, helping out or a lot, I don't know, but one would assume that it most certainly was. And it was obviously creating a tumbling effect inside the burner, which would increase residence time, I would believe, which would make a more efficient burn. That one there, these two here aren't really showing it as much, but you can definitely see in that one, there's streamers facing in the direction of combustion. So this bad boy was breathing pretty good. I'm happy to see that the jets were doing something that might help preheat the air. I don't know. Might not have been doing a damn thing, to be honest. Basically, guys, I'm throwing something at the wall to see if it sticks here. So I know a couple of you have discussed some very detailed geometries and certain configurations, and then I post these videos that just completely throws all that to the wind. I just want to test the easiest thing first. I had these pieces. I figured, why not give it a quick try? We'll try this restriction business, see what divergence can do for all of us. And it seems to me that that was a far more effective burner. Unfortunately, I was not smart enough to run the device naked for a little while so we could observe the flame without any of this crap on it, because it might not be doing nothing at all. However, I'm inclined to believe this one was doing something. It just seemed like a nicer flame. If you guys could have seen the, I don't want to say it had shock diamonds, but it definitely had these diamond shaped, there was like hundreds of them in there. It had a real nice looking dynamic flow to it. And that's why I grabbed the welding mask. That's what all that nonsense was about. I was trying to get you guys to be able to see the shock diamond-like shapes. They were not shock diamonds. I'm not even remotely suggesting that. They just appeared to be like a bunch of triangles that were intermeshed in a very beautiful fashion in the flame. So, at any rate, I'm gonna mess with this oil pump and see what the heck happened. Something weird was going on. We probably got a clog. I tell you, man, oil clogs are a huge issue with these. And this is filtered oil, but nonetheless, contamination comes from all steps of the process. So there could still be debris in this device from the construction phase that wasn't flushed out. Anytime you buy something from China, take it apart and clean out all the machining debris. I learned that lesson with this pump in particular. Decided to be thorough in life and take it apart, and sure enough, there was just junk in there like you wouldn't believe. I wasn't too pleased. $50 pump full of trash before I even got to run the thing. At any rate, fellas, I'm gonna throw this footage together, and I'm looking forward to your comments. You guys have been blowing it up with these comments lately. Some great input. Definitely appreciated. I haven't been getting a lot of really bad comments. In the past, I've got some doozies. A lot of penis jokes and are you stupid or what? Or people love to spell check me.